Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. We're currently looking at the oscilloscope reading of this coil right here. Okay, and with that being said, the energy that is flowing through the system is flowing through this coil and it's not, this isn't the end game right here. We've got 200 coils that the energy is going through. This is just the energy's reaction to this coil. I think it's pretty neat. It's like a little staple, a big staple. This is how much energy is going in currently. 50 volts, less than 10 milliamps. You get this much, enough to light the light. Oh, so cool. And then this is the cool part. It's on like a transmission system. So we got these two toggle switches here, right? Watch this. Might take a little bit to kick in, but it's a different thing altogether. A little bit more spark from the switch. Might be a little bit too far out. It's starting to kick in now, you can kind of hear it. And I think what it is that the glue got loose. So now let's look at our oscilloscope. It's a little different. Can you tell the difference? A little different. Let's try and get the oscilloscope in there when I flip the switch. Boom. Okay, that's off. And this is on. And I got another switch. We're about to flip that one. Wow, dude. See what I mean? And look at the power output. Still under 100. Awesome. Very unstable. I think it's the switch that's doing it like that. I'll have to work with that. See if I can make it a little bit more sturdy. So cool. So we got, I guess we'll call this drive 1. We got all the coils hooked up right now. They're all hooked up. And then I'm going to change it by introducing a path at the end of this coil. So it'll go through these two coils, and then it'll have this alternate path, which is a lot less resistance than going through this coil. So it'll automatically take that path, and watch. Automatically it takes that path. Like boom. It's just a choice. It's like, we got a hot way to get to where we're going, and that's the way we're going to take. So that this coil is now disconnected. And then I got another one of those right here at the end of this coil. So when I flip this switch, these two coils are disactivated. Unfortunately, I don't have a system that will allow this coil and this coil to be activated and have that one deactivated. Because it's a series circuit, and this is what I got. You know, so I'll flip the other switch. And then it's just this coil. About 150 volts peak to peak. Nice rich light coming out with the second coil involved. When it's just that first coil, the light's a little weak. The second coil, it's nice and strong. Third coil, not as strong, but still strong. If you plug it into the wall, of course, it's going to be stronger. Kind of more like this one right here. But, you know, and the switch that I'm using is a work in progress. Yeah, but no more, don't need amps anymore. I mean, this is legit reading for amps right here. That's cool, man. I'm good with that. Is this going very fast? No. I'd say it goes 700 max right now with the switch on. But it produces as much power as it would without the switch. And going twice as fast. So figure that one out. And at half cost, too. I mean, it's like this switch, having that contact, copper on copper, you know, a solid connection is just invaluable. I mean, it's so valuable. Let me put it that way. It reduces the cost. It reduces the speed, but you get the same amount of power out of it that you would if it was going 1500 a different way. I know it's like, nah, there's no way, but yeah, it's true. You know, and I think it's because of the way that I absorb the power into this cap bank, and then that might have something to do with that. And this light that I used to demonstrate with might have something to do with it, because I know when it lights up, it's like, you know, 75 DC volts, and then everything above that is just brightness. So it's like, I know this stuff I know. So if I know if it isn't getting at least a 75, then it's not worth doing. At least for like this kind of stuff, anyway. Let's see here. So this oscilloscope is hooked up just to this coil right here. So when it goes all the way through the next two coils, I think the resistance, because the resistance is 32 on the very end, changes the reading here when I flip the switch, because then it goes to 24. From 32 to 24 resistance-wise. You can't really tell the difference there, but it got a little bigger. And then this one just makes it this coil right here, this 24 gauge coil. And we are drawing like 50 milliamps where we were. And that's the switch. This mechanism right here. It's I need to make a new contact situation. With maybe more surface area. Alright, well, thank you very much. Peace out. Have a good night. Please subscribe. Bye now.